Happy July 4th. Thanks for joining me today. We'll get started here in just a minute. And I show 1201 in Texas. Good afternoon. And we're going to transition over here. So we're doing an Inception stream in a stream right now. So Frank is still live at, is he? Oh, no. Oh, maybe he just ended it and he went to my stream. Okay. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. Appreciate that. Yeah. Frank was, I think he's still at the park, though. He might have ended his stream. Let's switch over there. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. 14.307. Frank is on 14.307, 20 meters, and he's activating a park. Happy Independence Day to everybody. Special shout out to all the folks in green text in the chat. YouTube channel supporters. Appreciate you guys. Y'all support AC3IK, W0RHP, K04PUU, KQ4HXQ. Michael, good to see you in there. Let's see. I got AA0AM Andy, W8WNA. Got KR5EEE, K7TRD. Appreciate you guys being in there. Scott, Ham Radio for Non-Techies, if you would like to join this the stream today, buddy. Same Zoom link as always. You're welcome to join us. So, and we got a couple people popping in there here in just a second. So, I'm going to read something, and then, Kyle, you're in the background. I'll bring you on in a minute. I'm going to read something, and then we're going to bring on a couple people. I think Frank will be in here in a minute. So you guys bear with me for a second. So happy 4th of July, all of those in the USA. We certainly welcome all of those outside of the USA in this stream as well. So thank you for the DX if you're in the chat right now outside of the USA. So always like to do that. But I usually read some sort of blog post from this website I follow, that I'm on their email list, either on the 4th or sometimes on Veterans Day, sometimes on Memorial Day, this kind of thing. But this came across my email pretty early this morning. And it's something I was like, you know what? I'm going to read that today. So that's just how it is. You're on my stream and you got to listen to me. So sorry about that. This is a bit historical and about the Constitution. I don't want to get political. I'm not going to talk about really politics or anything, current affairs. This is kind of a very little bit of history about how the country was founded. So our cause is noble. It is the cause of mankind. Which is a quote from George Washington. Everybody's going to ask for that link here in a second, so there it is. Honor, justice, and humanity forbid us tamely to surrender that freedom which we received from our gallant ancestors. They talk so eloquently in the 1700s. Which our innocent posterity have a right to receive from us, in other words, our children. We cannot endure the infamy and guilt of resigning succeeding generations to the wretchedness which inevitably awaits them if we basely entail hereditary bondage upon them. In other words, bondage of repressive governments, which read the Declaration of Independence and everything it says about King George if you want some reference on that. That was a quote from Thomas Jefferson in the Declaration of the Causes and Necessities of Taking Up Arms in 1775. This is a quote from the Declaration of Independence itself. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. In the parlance of those times, men means mankind, so men and women are created equal. Read the entirety of the Declaration of Independence. I believe that to be true. They are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable human rights, among which are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. In other words, the government derives its powers from the people. That's the way the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution is written. On July 3rd, the day before the Continental Congress affirmed our Declaration of Independence, as noted in my column, this is the author of this blog post writing right now, Independence Day and Our Legacy of Liberty, John Adams wrote to his wife, Abigail, that the 4th of July ought to be commemorated, quote, ought to be commemorated as the day of deliverance from solemn acts of devotion of God to God Almighty. He continued, start quote again, it ought to be solemnized with pomp and parade, with shoes, S-H-E-W-S, I don't know what that is, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, and illuminations from one end of this continent to the other from this time forward and forevermore. Yes. Bonfire, fireworks, guns, celebration. That is what today is about. It's about the celebration of the founding of this country and the Declaration of Independence of this country. The defense of liberty requires eternal vigilance. Shortly after the Patriots' Day battles of Lexington, Concord, 15 months earlier, John Adams' second cousin, Samuel Adams, hey, there's a name, Samuel Adams, declared, the people alone have an incontestable, unalienable, and indefeasible right to institute government and to reform, alter, or totally change the same when their protection, safety, prosperity, and happiness require it. In other words, they have the right to make changes to govern themselves and have the right to make changes to those rules they set for themselves. On those who would not rise to defend the arm, Adams wrote, if we love wealth better than liberty, the tranquility of servitude, than the animating contest of freedom, go from us in peace. May your chains sit lightly upon you, and may posterity forget that ye were our countrymen. That's important right there. On this day, our nation celebrates independence. I invite you to read about the history of Independence Day and the foundational, unalienable rights of man. These are linked from this article that I just shared in the chat. For a complete context of our nation's founding and the progress toward the fulfillment of liberty enshrined in our Declaration and Constitution, read the Patriots' Primer on American Liberty. Note that you can purchase this book and whatnot. Reflecting on the American Revolution in 1818, this is a good quote here. John Adams observed, but what do we mean by the American Revolution? Do we mean the American War? ? The Revolution was effected before the war commenced. The revolution was in the minds and hearts of people, a change in their religious sentiments, of their duties and obligations. This radical change in principles, opinions, sentiments, and affections of the people was the real American Revolution. So in other words, the human need for liberty and freedom, the American need for liberty and freedom. And thus it has remained in the minds and hearts of American patriots to this day. I'll probably end with this right here. As President Ronald Reagan warned, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed down for them to do the same, or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it once was like in the United States where men were free. To that end, we remain vigilant, strong, prepared, and faithful. So, happy Independence Day, and never forget where this country came from. That is the thing. So, all right, let's start having some more fun here and get these guys on here. Thank you for the super chats, Chrissy. $2 super chat. Appreciate you being out there. And thank you for the super chat, Steve. Steve, same Zoom link as always. If you would like to join us, you are more than welcome. Which one's left and right on this thing? Okay. All right.
Are we on Jason's stream?
I'm going to mute you. You are now. You are now. That's a heck of a background you got there, Scott.
That one?
Oh yeah, y'all can't hear me, but the stream can. So yes, you're live now, guys. Sorry, I had Zoom muted, so you didn't have to listen to me. What's up, y'all?
Hey, what's happening?
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th to everybody. That's a great background you got there, Scott.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kyle's in another world, but you're in the USA. So.
I try to fit the motif of the event.
Jason,
right. Yes,
you don't understand. We claim the moon. That's United
true.
States property.
That is
yes.
true. Yeah,
I'm going to agree.
Our flag flew there first.
Right.
That is very true.
This is ours. This is ours.
Right. That's right.
We
That
got
is
no
correct.
video from you, Jason, but
Let me fix that real quick. Okay. I'm not showing myself on I'm doing another video on my live stream. All the audience can see it. So, but you should be able to see me now.
Yep.
cool.
So, Wayne, thanks for being out there, buddy. Wayne Dossie, he's one of the guys who taught the extra class that's on the channel from the North Richland Hills Club. That's just a little bit over that way. New channel member, or new Patreon member, I should say. So thanks for being out there, Wayne. Appreciate that. Steve says, I would, but I'm on my way home from POTA. I guess Frank POTA's harder than Steve does, because Frank's on POTA right now, and he's on the Zoom stream. So...
What am I doing right now? FT8.
Are you doing FT? Okay. So when I first went live, I did a picture-in-picture with you, Frank, and I was like, y'all go to 14.307, and then you ended the stream, and I'm like, whatever. So I was gonna try to get people to work you, but how many did you get?
47.
Not bad.
Good.
In an
That's
hour.
not bad. Oh, that's really good. Yeah. That's really good. Well, I sat here and I got you, but you were like way down. I heard that station. I heard you go back to that station from Bedford.
You know,
for
that
the-
was Greg.
I couldn't
That was
hear
Greg
him.
from the Hearst Club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know who Greg is. I couldn't hear him, but I couldn't hear him on my radio, but I heard him on your stream. And I'm like, oh. So let me try. And then I heard myself on your stream, but man, I couldn't hear you on the radio at all. So, and so with the 30-second delay, I didn't hear you ask me what about my stream.
Oh.
So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I could hear you, but you were so far down in the noise, I couldn't tell what you were saying. And the only reason I knew it was you is because I had you on the stream. So, but that was okay.
Yep. So I'm calling CQ right now on FT8 on 20 meters. So
20 meter FT8 at
Go
the
find
park.
me.
Yeah, good. Y'all go find him. So, I got Kyle. This will interest you. As I was watching Frank's stream, just in the last 30 to 45 minutes, I worked 13 colony stations on 20 meter sideband.
Nice.
I just started tuning up and down the band. I heard a couple of them calling. I just went back to them, and most of them I got on the first run. The Kilo 2. Which one was it? Kilo 2 Kilo in New Hampshire. I went back to him several times. He never came back to me, so I couldn't make contact with him. But I got Bravo, Echo, Foxtrot, Juliet, and Mike.
You're almost
So-
halfway there.
Yeah. So
I got 2 stations this morning doing that.
at POTA.
Yeah, what I was
Nice.
just before I started going live, I was just fumbling around the bands like you do, and I
Right.
just stumbled across them. I was like, oh,
Good. Yeah. Well, let's see. Where did it go? There it is right there. So this is the 13 Colonies event. This is a 7-day event. For those who don't know, this is a 7-day special event, July 1st to the 7th every year. And there's K2 Alpha through K2 Mike. And then there's 3 bonus stations. And if you get all 13 of the original 13 colonies, you can submit for a like a certificate that hangs on your wall, which is pretty cool. So, but Kyle, I know last year, Kyle, you did a clean. They call it a clean sweep if you get everything. You did a clean sweep last year on 3 different modes, if I'm not mistaken.
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
I went all out and just like I'm gonna get a clean
Beaver.
sweep on CW, single sideband, and digital. And like the last day, I think I got the France station on FT8 or something, and that was my one station that was I couldn't get, and I saw them. No, actually, it was on CW. I'm sorry, it was on CW. So I had him.
Oh,
I had him spotted on the our ham alert on the reverse beacon network, and like last day, 4 hours before the contest was supposed to be, or the event was supposed to end, got him. So
must be nice to have a superstation.
well,
I mean-
it's nice to have a superstation when you have power to the superstation.
Well, yeah. When you say superstation, it's not just a really tall antenna, but power is usually assumed.
You
in
need
that,
power
but-
to run
yeah.
radios, to run remote stations, to power the towers to get the signal out.
It definitely
Yeah,
helps.
very true. Very true. Yes, we talk bad about Steve long enough. He'll finally join. So, what's up, man? Oh,
Oh no.
Well, you got the poor cell signal, but you're in there. Thanks for joining, man. 45 says he only has 5, but he managed to get TM13 COL. I don't think I've ever worked. I think the only special event, or I'm sorry, the only bonus station I've worked in all the years I've done this was what are they? What are the 3 special events or 3 bonus stations?
You mean for 13 colonies?
Yeah. WM3 pin.
Yep.
GB13 COL and TM13. I don't think I've ever worked those 2 overseas ones. I've done WM3 pin a few times, but I don't think I've ever worked the English and the France stations.
No.
So I don't think
Oops.
so.
I just realized I'm calling KM5TR.
Well, if Noel created an account, then upload that stuff.
I'm just going to change my call sign.
Give the club some credit because you'll get credit for it too.
True. It's kind of, to be frank, a pain in the butt to do that.
Yeah, I just got an alert saying KN5TR is on 20-meter FT8.
My bad.
No, you're good, man.
I fixed it.
Good.
Frank, send me the log. I'll upload it.
There you go.
I'll do it.
Uh-huh.
I'll get it done. I know how to do things. Unlike my
Well, you have
counterpart
to
over
send
there.
the full or to me, one of the two. So
Submitting a POTA log has to be one of the easiest tasks to do in amateur radio.
Nowadays, yes.
It's easier than setting up your radio for FT8.
unless
Yes.
you're doing a call.
Can you not? Well, there's only one. The club, the officer of the trustee of the call sign has to submit. Is that
Right.
correct? Okay.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So doesn't that seem annoying with large clubs with the We4 Ventures?
Yeah.
Because they got logs
hey,
coming in all over where.
When you sign up for that role, you gotta
Right.
assume that responsibility.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. What's his name? Is it Kentucky Fried Chris or whatever his name is in Discord? I think he's
something like that.
he's the guy.
Yeah, it's like whenever you sign up to be a secretary or treasurer for a club, and you're just like, I don't want to do anything with numbers, and you're just like, wait a minute, that's your job.
Yeah. Hold on, Carlos is sending me a message.
Get him.
He says,
get him live being jumped or shooting himself out of a plane.
right. He
Right.
says he just replied to me. And he says, if you're going long, I'm hoping to do a radio jump in about an hour. So presumably that means around like 1 p.m. Texas time, which would be 1800 UTC. So we'll see. And we'll probably go till then. But I was like, hey, join the Zoom and announce it if you like. But
he should stream it live. Him jumping out of a plane. Actually, somebody launching him out of a plane. How about that? No, better yet, put him in like a Roman candle tube and shoot him out of a plane.
Ooh, yes, do that
with some fireworks.
Murica. So yeah, absolutely do that.
Can you imagine?
Right.
Carlos being shot out of a cannon like Jackass.
And he's wearing, and he needs to wear like the Uncle Sam outfit, like Apollo Creed wore in the Rocky movies.
Right.
He needs to get one of
like this big, huge fanfare. Yeah,
You guys had an idea for a fundraiser. You
Right,
have a raffle. Have a raffle, and whoever wins gets to kick him out of the plane.
That's awesome. That's what we should do.
I am committing my full tank radio funds behind that idea. I have all of
Right.
$3.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So
All
if
right.
Carlos
Double it.
comes on, we have a challenge for him for next year, 4th of July.
Yeah. That's we got a whole year to plan that. I guess that'd be good.
That'd be awesome.
Nice. It was. Okay. A lot of talk in the chat about 13 colonies. Yeah. So I did not get a clean sweep last year. I missed it by like 2, I think. I would love to get a clean sweep again. I got a clean sweep a couple of years ago, but me being me,
Now,
I'd never.
Do you
send it-
have to get a clean sweep to get the certificate?
I believe so. I think you can do individual QSL cards to all the individual stations, and they'll send you a QSL card for that special event station individually. I believe that's true, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
Okay. All right. So, but yeah, to get the actual 13 Colony Special Event certificate, which is like an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, like, like when you submit to a Logbook of the World for Worked All States or whatever other awards you get, they come in that size, so you can hang it on your wall in that way. But, yeah, you can get individual QSL cards for all the stations, but to get everything, you have to get the 13 colonies. You don't have to get the 3 bonus stations, but most people try to do that also. So I would just like to get the 13 colonies myself, but
I think the 3 outside of the United States, I think that they're bonus stations. So
correct.
I think that you can get what?
Is it 2 or 3? Because Whiskey Mike 3 Pen is inside of the United States.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Tell you the truth, I haven't looked in the rules in a while. Let's take a look. Clean sweep. Oh, who cares? I've already lost interest.
Are you
I got the clean sweep last year, and it was just the 13 and the W3 pen. So they gave me the certificate off of that.
Right. I thought you just needed I thought you just needed the 13 and not any of the bonus station. Now Blake in the chat is saying that according to 13 Colonies website, you do not have to get all 13 to get a certificate. So yeah, I wonder if the certificate differs then, but
hey, we're all about participation.
One's checked off.
Participation trophies apparently. So yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. But it's a fun event. It's a really fun event. I wish that I had a better antenna set up so I wish I had my hex beam set up so that I could point. In fact, I was gonna set up the buddy hex this week, and it was so easy to get these 5 on my dipole just now. I'm just like, maybe I'll just keep going with this. I don't know. But we'll see.
Yeah, on the certificate page, it says how to get your certificate, and it basically, outlines how to grab the certificate, but it doesn't say anything about the qualifications for a certificate. Doesn't say anything about it.
Maybe you just need to participate in the event. Maybe it is a participation thing, but
hey, we've all gone light. It's if you show up, you get a participation trophy.
You win.
Right.
That's right.
Yay. So you know what the most important thing is to take when you're on a long activation?
What's that?
Water.
Lunch.
Oh, lunch.
Well.
Yeah.
Lunch.
Yep. Okay. All right. So yeah, James confirms what you said, Kyle. You don't have to get a clean sweep, but
yeah.
But I wonder if is there a different certificate for clean sweep? There certainly should be.
I agree. I mean, where's the merit in actually trying and,
Correct.
It's like, oh, I turned on the radio and I listened to a bunch of static. I get a certificate.
Right. Right. Yeah. Correct.
Merry New Year!
Effort should be rewarded.
What's up, Mike?
What's going on?
Merry New Year!
Happy 4th. Happy Freedom Day. I can't believe it's 4th already.
Yeah. Happy Independence Day.
We're halfway done with the year already.
25 weeks to Christmas.
No doubt. Yeah.
Don't say the C word.
It's like 5 to 6 weeks until Huntsville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it's like just over a month until Huntsville. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be really fun. So,
Hope your liver's ready.
Yeah. By the way, Frank, I haven't told you this yet, but since you kind of like didn't tell me your plans until last minute.
What did I do?
For Dayton? I gave away your seat to Huntsville this year. So
What?
yeah.
What do you mean gave away my seat to Huntsville?
I gave away your seat to Huntsville in the truck. So you can ride home
To
with
who?
us if you want. My wife.
Oh boy.
Nothing
I
like
can't say anything on that.
Yeah, no, you can't. I know. No, you can't say anything on that.
So now, Frank, how are you going to get to Huntsville?
So Well, last time he rode out there with us and flew
Am I
home.
back?
So if you just do, you're fine, Frank.
Oh, I lost audio.
Oh, well,
you
that's
lost
on
your seat too.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I will concede my seat to her.
Now, last year if I remember correctly, Frank, last year you rode out with us and flew home. So if you just do the opposite of that this year, you should be good.
Is Emily
but
flying
on the
back?
way back,
She's
You
flying
are-
back. She's
Oh.
flying home on Saturday. Huh?
Gotcha.
Now
you're holding butt to go back. You're not POTAing or doing anything.
we're not going to POTA. No, well, this is Huntsville. We will do the trip in one day to get there. We're going to leave early in the morning, which is what we did last year. We'll leave early in the morning, and it's about a 10-hour drive without pulling a trailer. So, it's probably 11, 12 hours total with stops, pulling trailer, blah, blah, blah.
Definitely going to be longer than that.
So you always say that. But
I'm always right.
no, you're not. You weren't right last time. But
Okay.
But
I love it.
it is long. It's actually I think it's like 10.5 hours with no stops according to Google Maps. So I usually add 1 to 2 hours, something like that. But I have the campsite reserved Wednesday night through. I don't remember if I reserved it Sunday. I think I did. I think I reserved it through Sunday night so that we didn't have to check out at 10 a.m. Sunday morning.
Yeah,
So
it's a pain in the butt.
We'll drive out there in one day. We'll be there Wednesday evening, night sometime. And then we will probably leave Sunday afternoon, something like that, and drive about halfway back and stay somewhere Sunday night. Which, yeah, we don't have to wait last year we had to wait because I dropped the trailer off at that place I bought it in Huntsville on Monday morning. We don't have to do that this year, so. But, yeah. So, Mark from Better Safe Radio's in the chat, which that's a good lead-in because I was about to talk about your stuff anyway, Mark. So, let me get over to that screen. So, today and today only, you can get between $5 and $20 off of most radios at bettersaferadio.com. And you can save an additional 7% with my coupon code of HR2L7 on top of the sale price. So be sure to let me find that link real quick. There's a special link I can share with you guys. You can go to bettersaferadio.com and find it. That's fine. But I've got a specialized link myself that I will share. But yeah, it's today and today only. So if you go out there and see something and wait till tomorrow, you're not going to get it. Just FYI. So, right there. Okay, just shared the link in the chat. So click on that link in the chat. Go check it out and see what. And his radios are really cool because they all come most of them come pre-programmed. And if you're a new ham, very, very beneficial information. Frank, what are you doing? Is there a cat down there or something?
He's franking.
He's singing karaoke.
Yeah.
Better quit eating those CBD Pop-Tarts.
Yeah. Carlos, what's up, buddy?
How you doing, Jason? Good to see everybody. Happy Independence Day, everyone.
Totally. So tell us what you're doing today, bud.
I am on a 61-minute call. The plane takes off in 61 minutes. I'm going to spend the afternoon doing parachute mobile jumps. I'm starting on 20 meters, hoping to get some of the oddball bands in as well. But at the very least, I'm starting on 20. 14,259 right now looks open everywhere. So that's what I'm sticking with for this jump.
Okay.
So if you are jonesing for a QSO parachute mobile, I'm in about 75 minutes, 80 minutes or so, I'll be on the air.
Nice. Very cool.
Okay.
You said 259?
14,259. I've checked 6 different web SDRs and I found them free, found it open, I should say.
You know, the YL net's gonna.
Yeah, the YL net will find you over there somehow.
That's their their auxiliary frequency.
Yeah, they have like 17 backup frequencies in case they don't get the first one. So.
I am at the drop zone this weekend. I've been here since Friday afternoon, and it's been fantastic.
Nice.
Frank knows the feeling. I expect that a couple of you will know the feeling of skydiving sooner or later. I hope you do anyhow, because
No. No.
no. Kyle's like, no.
Kyle says, "Oh, we don't play that."
Yeah.
No.
The
That was a hard no.
So are you planning to jump at Huntsville again this year, Carlos?
That's the plan, right? So, assuming weather works for us, I plan to make at least a jump or several if we can manage it. Get some QSOs parachute mobile at Huntsville as well.
Good.
So
Cool, man. Well, good luck to you. Thanks for joining and letting us know about that.
thanks for the invite. I'll stick around for a couple minutes and then I'll have to get out of here so I can get my gear ready.
Sure, absolutely.
So, Carlos, let's reach out to me, and if I can tag along again, I will.
Awesome. You know,
I might sit in like the passenger seat of the plane and just kind of film you guys jumping,
yeah, we can do that.
and then just land like a normal person would do.
I will stay
I land like
firmly
a
on the
normal person
ground.
every time.
I love being in plane. I love plane rides. So yeah, no problem there. But
This guy is not coming back to me. I've been giving him a signal report for the last 2 minutes.
It happens. Somebody in
I
the
gave
chat
him-
said your time was off by like 2 seconds. You might need to sync your time.
I love the random Frank comments just out in the blue.
well,
In the column that says DT in the left window,
Yeah.
that's your like. I just say it means drift time. I have no idea what it actually means, but you want that to be as close to 0 as possible. And you're
Yeah,
on a Windows
okay, I'm
machine.
syncing
so
now.
correct.
Do you have the
Assume
network
your
time
time's off.
synchronization program?
I just run that. Yeah, that's what I do. I run
Oh.
that app in the background.
I just
Yeah.
right click the time and hit sync time. It works if you're connected to the
That's what I
internet.
just did.
Yeah.
Dude, this guy, go away. I'm sorry. I'm not hearing you. Or you're not hearing me.
That
Keeps
happens.
grabbing me.
Mm.
Frank, I'd never understood you didn't want to be grabbed.
Well, it'll be
Good,
more action I've seen in a while.
Good. It's good. Good point. Yeah.
You know,
So,
just saying,
Th-
Frank.
Joe Brett, are you
Ben-
able to join us in the Zoom, buddy? So let me pull up Joe Brett's channel. Joe Brett was in the chat earlier today, and he is. Those of you who care about such things, which you should, if you want to support your local YouTubers. Let's see. K5YVY. He was about 700 or 800 watch hours, which you need 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers to become monetized on YouTube.
Yeah.
4,000 watch hours in the last 365 days,
Yes.
and he's at like 3,991. So probably
Oh,
like
man.
Actually-
like 80 watch hours.
Actually, they lowered it now. YouTube just
Really?
lowered the standards for getting monetized.
Oh, really? What is
on-
the new?
On regular videos or on shorts? Because the
On
shorts
shorts,
thing
they-
is
On regular videos. I believe it's 500 now and like
Nope.
2,000 watch hours or something. I just
Nope,
read an
that's on
article about it
shorts.
a couple days ago.
I think that's just shorts.
That's
Yeah.
for shorts.
I think because Joe Brett showed us a screenshot this morning that he was still not monetized, but
You know what else would help with that? If Joe Brett actually put out videos.
yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to
Occasionally
go
that
there,
helps.
but yes, yeah. It always helps to actually make videos when you're on YouTube. Yeah, 9 hours. He says he has 9 hours left to go.
I will
So
leave. I will leave my laptop running on a playlist of Joe Brett
yeah,
channel stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do
while I
that right
skydive
now.
today.
so yeah, y'all go help out Joe Brett because when he actually posts a video, they're pretty darn good, I think. So.
Oh,
He's got
come
excellent-
on.
He's got excellent audio and
They're
that
mediocre.
kind of thing.
We hear
I mean,
we hear the rain in the background. Oh, wait a minute. That's Clubhouse.
That's a close. Yeah.
I mean, he does. I mean, you have to give him credit. He does put out some videos more than
Some.
others.
Some.
He's not an every weeker, but
No.
you know.
All right, he's got a playlist called Past Live Streams. I'm just
There
gonna
you
let
go.
that go.
Yeah, just let that go.
Just let that rip. Yeah.
We are.
That'll
we
get
are
him over.
All right, gang. I my clock is ticking, so I'm gonna
Okay.
go get my stuff ready. I might hop back in before I leave, but in the meantime, if I don't see you guys until later, 7-3, I hope everybody has a great Independence Day, and
you, buddy.
catch you guys on the air.
Be safe out there, man.
All right.
All right, bud.
Be
Yeah.
safe.
Thanks, Carlos.
Yep.
14259. We'll be listening.
That's right.
Yep. Make sure that parachute opens.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's the
packing is way
primary.
more important than being on this stream.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Like-
Let's make.
All right. What I don't understand is how you can pack a parachute and it opens perfectly every single time, but whenever I pack just string into my throw weight and I throw it out, it goes freaking everywhere. Like, I cannot pack that crap to save my life without a huge chunk of it.
I can
coming
tell you how
out
to
of
do
a-
that.
I'm using that
Do you
special
have
GX Commander
do you
string.
have the Weaver that red bag?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
I mean,
Hang on.
I do it in a figure 8, and I pack it down in there, and yeah, I do it the way it's supposed to be done, Mike. Come on.
I think Mike's got a video on that.
Yeah.
It's in one of my. I don't know if I made a video specifically on it. I probably did. Yeah, well,
You
on
made
the
a
Weaver
video-
Arborist throw line.
You made a video about winding coax. I don't know if that's how you.
Yeah,
No,
we've all been doing
no.
it long.
No, for the Arborist throw line, you just kind of do like the hang loose kind of thing,
Yeah,
and you wrap
yeah,
a
just
figure 8,
figure
and
eight.
you just cram it in. I learned it from Thomas Witherspoon. That's where the
Well,
credit goes.
there's 2 thoughts on that. The first thought is your figure 8, Mike, that you wrap around and then you stick that in, and then you do another figure 8 and stick that in.
Yeah.
The second one is you just push it in to the throw bag and let it just form even or naturally into the throw bag.
That's how knots form.
Well,
Yeah.
that's how I learned that off an arborist website. So I don't know.
Well, I have never had a tangle with the figure 8 in my Arborist throw line. I just used it the other day, in fact, to put up a new
Never?
antenna at home.
Never.
Never. Nope.
Oh,
Figure 8 every time.
What's up, Joe Brett?
What's up, fellas?
What's
Oh,
happening?
There you
Oh,
go.
man.
How's stuff in Mississippi?
It's a little warm. Probably not as warm as it is in Texas, but
Afraid you.
Actually, I think the high here is only supposed to be like 94 today.
Yeah,
so.
it's not hot today. I'm looking at
oh yeah.
my thermometer. It's only 88,
Yeah,
and it's
it feels-
69% humidity.
Yeah.
Feels great here in
97
Missouri.
and 100% humidity.
Yeah.
What is it, Scott? Oh, that was Steve. Sorry.
Yeah,
What'd you say again?
97 with 100% humidity. Heat index like 110.
In
How-
North Carolina?
How can it be 100%
Carolina.
humidity? It's not. I don't
It-
see it raining there.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say if it's 100% humidity, it's raining right now, pal.
Yeah, it's not raining yet, but they're calling for it.
Oh boy. Yeah, too bright. Yeah, Andy says too bright. That ain't no Joe Brett.
You see why I keep the lights off when I'm on stream.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's what it looks like in there.
Yeah, there's a second moon in that screen there.
It's a mess, man. I gotta clean up one side. It just makes the other side dirtier. So I just have
Yeah.
to shift it around. Playing Tetris.
What?
Yeah.
Take a now that you've got some light on. Is that a air conditioner in the back? What's going on in that? Let me bring you up full screen here.
Oh, look at you.
We'll just pin it.
Oh, Lord.
How's that?
What's going on? All right, so you got
Yeah,
an
that's
air
an air
conditioner, and then you got a bunch of yellow pages in the back there, and then you got a.
Yellow pages.
Yellow
what's the deal with the
pages.
yellow pages?
That's a stack of TID radios, buddy.
Oh, okay.
That's probably true, actually.
It is.
Yeah.
All right,
Stack
whatever.
of TID
A
radios.
whole bunch of FRS and GMRS boxes.
Like $30 worth of radios in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There's some in the floor too. I just didn't want to stack them any higher.
Goodness.
Yeah, well, you got a lot
Sheesh.
going on there.
Yep.
Good for you.
Yes. It's always a project.
All right.
Always a project. Good. Thanks for joining, man. Did you get the house cleaned?
Yeah, we got that. And then I thought I was going to come out here to the shack. I'm like, all right, they got that done. And then she's like, let's take the dog to the trail and let him play in the creek. And I'm like, okay, let's go. We come back.
I told my wife what I had typed to you in the Discord. And she thought that was funny. I had to tell her the backstory behind that because she was there at Huntsville last year, but not 2 years ago. So.
Yeah. It's funny. I don't even think she really likes the peanut butter whiskey.
Ugh.
I don't think she likes
Well,
it to start with.
oh well.
I'll put it that way.
She sure didn't like it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I say that.
I mean,
I think the only thing worse than that peanut butter whiskey is that mango jalapeno whiskey that Frank's got.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Peanut butter whiskey is good. I got
Oh,
news
it's
for you. It's
gross.
too good.
Yeah.
It's
too
gross.
It was bad news 2 years ago.
You've destroyed your taste buds by drinking too many IPAs with that hoppy stuff.
No,
you
I
know.
actually have a pretty well developed palate. Thank you.
Well, so do I actually, but everybody's palate is different though. There's no right or wrong.
Yeah,
in
it's
that.
too sweet. It's gross.
I'm gonna agree with Jason on this one.
That stuff that one guy gave us last year, Mike, which was like a what was that flavored whiskey we got last year? That was too sweet. That almost tasted like
yeah.
Amaretto.
What was that? I can't remember.
I can't remember what that was either. But thank you for the super chat, buddy. Joe Brett puts out more videos than Molson. Hey, touche.
True.
It's a great.
True.
It's a great statement there. Pin that to the top of the chat.
What one is above 0.
Right. Yeah, that's true. It's all good. So, Kyle, are you doing 13 colonies this year?
Oh, I don't have any damn radios to turn on. Come on.
What happened to your radio? What happened to your flex?
Well, it's the power's out at the contest station because
that's why
tree
you meant
took it out.
That's what batteries are for.
So the actual physical AC power's out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Big old tree fell on the side of the house, and that we've got all of our radios in, and took all the power out. And
but the radios weren't damaged, though?
Well, we don't know. I mean, the towers are still standing, and the towers still have antennas pointing in the right direction. So once the power comes back on, we'll check out all the radios and antennas.
The towers are still standing.
The bad part, we just got word today that somebody was down there and the neutral pulled out of the house. So that's going to be even a bigger issue on getting that put back in. The power to the transformer is one thing, but then the neutral pulled out of the house. So I don't know what's going to go on. If I can get on there's a huge contest this weekend that we're not sure if we're going to be able to get on the air. It's IARU. And that is a big, huge contest. So
sideband or CW or what?
It's all modes. Well, it's single. Yeah, it's digital too. Yeah.
I thought that IARU was did a mode for this weekend and another.
Nope, it's all modes.
Okay.
It's all modes. So I don't know. We're gonna see. We'll see. But I'm gonna go out and do a POTA later today. I'm gonna drive over to. It's POTA and beer today. We got a bar called Fast Eddie's over in Alton, Illinois, and we're gonna go over there and drink, and then POTA.
What a great name.
Yeah.
Fast Eddie's.
Yeah.
Fast Eddie's Bon Air. It's got coldest beer and some of the cheapest food. They've got hamburgers for $2.99. They've got this thing called Big Elwood on a stick, which is marinated beef tenderloin, kebabs that are $6.99. Oh, it's great. It's awesome.
Nice.
Not like getting sauced up and then getting on the air.
Oh yeah.
You just gave me an idea. That's great.
Yeah. I mean, once you've done it on YouTube, getting on the air doesn't seem quite as, detrimental to the future of your.
Right. Yeah.
I'm actually
whatever you're doing.
I'm actually surprised nobody has started up bourbon and ham radios.
Well, hang on, because I've posted this on Twitter. When my friend Ryan and I go do POTAs, we're always drinking 100% of the time. Mm-hmm. On Cinco de Mayo, we went out and we're like, he stopped drinking beer for a while. So we're like, well, it's Cinco de Mayo. Let's drink some margaritas. And I'm like, wait a minute. Those are POTA-ritas.
Oh, nice. Right. Yeah, POTA-ritas.
So here's the secret. You get like a tumbler, something like this, some kind of water bottle, right? You don't bring a cup. Because the Rangers come by, they see that. So we had 3 of these. We had tequila, triple sec, and sweet and sour, all separate. So we just mix them there.
Nice.
And then you pour it in a water bottle. So it's 105 degrees out. Nobody's going to suspect you of drinking a POTA-rita out of a water bottle. So
true.
It's nice.
Here's my pro tip of the day.
But they will now. We put it on stream. But
yeah.
You're a 13 steps trip of the day.
Follow this channel for more activating POTA advice.
See, now you need to come up with an actual recipe for the POTA-rita. Make some kind of official drink. That's the official.
Oh, it was top shelf. It was. We were using some really nice tequila, and then I forget the brand. But
Sounds great already.
It wasn't triple sec. It was like Grand Marnier, I think we were using for triple sec. Mm-hmm. And then some really nice sour mix, not just like the bartender's plastic. It was in a glass freaking jar of sweet and sour. Dude, they were nice.
Why don't you make a video of that? The K8MRD POTA-rita.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good idea.
Maybe I will.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I will.
Mixmaster Mike.
I mean, that 12-volt cooler gets so much use just because of POTA.
Speaking of that, Mike, did you end up with a power cable of mine?
Negative.
Because I'm missing my AC power cable to the fridge that looks like yours, and it was underneath.
You keep accusing me of taking your cables.
It was underneath that bag of cookies that was yours inside of my fridge, and now it's gone.
I have.
And I already asked in the chat if someone else took it. Nobody
I have my wall wart adapter, and I have my the other cable that came with it that I have.
Somebody took it because I've got
what does it look like? Oh, you're fine, man. What's your cable look like?
I mean, it looks like a power cable.
Maybe you ate it with the cookies.
Copper wire wrapped in a.
I have the one that came with the cigarette lighter cable that I put power poles on. So I have, and that's the one that I ran the fridge on all weekend. But inside of the fridge was a AC cable, and now it's gone. It disappeared over the weekend. So it's you can probably get those on Amazon. It's probably not a big deal, but somebody
you
took
store your cables exactly the way I store mine, because I kept the AC thing in my cooler.
Right.
And then when I ran out of battery, when we hooked it up to the EcoFlow, I was using my 120 volt adapter.
Yeah. Well, and my Ice I had two fridges there. My Iceco had cables in it as well, and those are still there, but the one from that Banggood fridge is missing. So
I don't know.
somebody took it because it was there when we got there. So it's probably
I'm sure it'll show up. It's probably next to that jumper cable you accused me of taking.
No, that thing's gone.
Could have been a fox.
It's probably sitting in the camper.
You should make a list, Mike, of all the things that
I didn't use it that weekend, so I don't know how it would have gotten taken out of the cooler. So someone else had to have taken it out of the cooler and mistaken it for something, because I didn't use it. I didn't plug my cooler into 120 volts all weekend, so I wouldn't have had a need to use it. But
I don't think I even went. No, I had my Haterades in there, didn't I?
No, well, you had your cookie. You had those chocolate chip, those Chips Ahoy cookies in there, and it was sitting right underneath that bag of cookies.
Huh. No.
That's why I thought, well, maybe you grabbed it by mistake when you grabbed the cookies, because that's where it was. So that's why I asked.
No, because I've unpacked everything, other than might be one thing I haven't unpacked.
You watch, he'll find it, and then he'll feel bad. Not really bad, because Mike doesn't feel bad about stuff. But
watch him bring out a bunch of cat toys. Now.
After I accused him of taking it, he was like, "Oh, take your stuff."
Oh, here it is.
So, that's it. That's it. So anyway, moving on.
Riveting.
Riveting, yeah, riveting.
That's why, man. You always have
I don't have it.
spares adapters, because adapters walk away. Adapters walk away.
That's why you buy multiple adapters.
Right. That's why you get one of Kyle's tackle boxes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, whenever you put all the stuff back in the tackle box, you never misplace anything, right?
700-piece tackle box kit.
That's right.
Until you open it and half your crap is gone, you're just like, well, now I got to buy more crap.
Until you forget to latch it and you pick it up and
I've done that plenty of times. Jason, I was somewhere, and I that top part that pops over 90 degrees, right, and secures everything in the back in. I have not latched that correctly and pulled that thing up, and just everything. It's like a waterfall of just connectors, and it goes in slow motion,
Yeah, you're like, oh no. Yeah, I know that feeling. I haven't done that on that box yet, but yes, I know what you're talking about.
Give it time, you will.
Do you bring that with you everywhere you go, Kyle?
Well, not everywhere I go, but most places. Yeah, if I'm going to go out to do POTA, but keep in mind, it stays in my truck. Like, it's not something that I have. That's my second. So I've got a video coming out on Sunday that has all of my tools. So I take that tool bag and my accessory bag, and that stays in my truck, and that's what I use whenever I go out. And then I've got a whole other set of tools that I have here in the basement that I work on stuff with, right? So those aren't my main tools. Those are just, secondaries that I've picked up. But
Frank, mute yourself if you're not going to talk, please.
But I mean,
background noise.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
That's all right.
But I'm not like, hiking up a mountain with that thing, right?
No. No.
I mean, I'm not Adam.
Right. Right.
What? I don't understand Adam whenever he takes like his little pixie thing that, you know, that is this big, but then like the next video after that, he'll bring his 9700, right, with 4,000 cables and a full size Yagi up.
He's brought a 7300 up there before.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
And you're just like, I don't understand. Like, you're supposed to be the creator of small things, and now you're hiking up with a 7300. I don't understand your philosophy here.
He does.
He's a man.
He likes to talk about lightweight packs, but he's done the manly version as well. So
sometimes you need more than 1 milliwatt.
Right. Right. Yeah. Even if you are 8,000 feet in the air. But yeah.
He probably turned the percentage all the way down to 1 on the 7300 when it was up there anyway.
That's probably true. Yeah.
It's a lot of radio for QRP.
It's like my battery is only this big.
Right.
You only need to make 4 contacts up there, so you know.
That is true. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so does. Well worth hiking up there for an hour and a half to make 4 contacts and coming back. That sounds like loads of fun.
Yeah.
But
it's the journey, you know.
It is the journey. That is true. That is true. It is the journey. So I had mentioned, let's see. I had mentioned on the stream on Sunday, the one that borked on us really badly, which I haven't had that problem since then. So about doing a giveaway to my email list once I reach 20,000 email subscribers. So that list is right here, and I'll share this in the chat. And a lot of you joined the email list after Sunday night stream, so I appreciate you guys doing that. So I'm gonna give, you know, we've got like 2,900 subs to go. So it's not gonna happen in a week or a weekend. But once it gets there, I'm going to give away something like a HF radio of some sort. 7300, FT10, FT710, something like that. So got a while to go, but that's okay. So sign up on the email list. I just shared the link in the chat. And today's email that went out about this had one of Joe Brett's videos. So that video, that email might have gotten him over the hump already. I don't know, but we wanted to make sure he got there today.
Yeah, Joe Brett, check real quick. Are you over the hump?
I don't know if it's updated. We'll see.
What step are you in?
What step?
Yeah.
Well, when was the last time he had 10 cup is the question.
A lot of episodes ago. Yeah, it hadn't updated yet. It's still showing 991.
Okay. Yeah, it might not update till tomorrow.
Yeah, so what Scott was talking about earlier, they did lower for everything but ad revenue. But it hasn't rolled out to everybody. They said like 2 weeks ago, by next week, which would have been last week, it should be available to just about everybody. But in the U.S.,
YouTube's not really known for keeping up with the
true.
Don't you hate that? Don't you hate that? It's like 4,000 watch hours, and then they announce whenever you got 3,995. Hey, we're going to lower this to 2,000.
Yeah. Right.
But it doesn't apply to you.
So if it's not ad revenue, what are they? What is that target now? What is that?
Super chats, channel memberships.
Okay.
Super thanks, stuff like that.
Okay.
Everything but ad revenue.
Everything but the ad revenue.
They still want you to grind for the hours for ad revenue.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, because they want to keep all that ad revenue.
Right. They're putting ads on your videos anyway, so they they want to.
I love it whenever.
So
you know, I like Thomas. But you know, whenever he says, "Well, I don't put ads on my video," I'm just like, "Yeah, you do."
Well, maybe you don't, but they do.
Yeah, YouTube
yes,
does.
they do.
Yeah.
Sorry to tell you this, but YouTube does.
Yeah, that's what Adam and Charlie used to say that, and when they changed that, I'm like, you guys need to turn on monetization and keep your fair share, or just donate it somewhere to some ham radio cause. So.
Could you imagine what kind of garbage would be on YouTube if they just let everybody get monetized without putting any work or effort into it?
That's true.
You know, we all paid our dues by doing this, by making countless videos and going through the process of attracting people to come and subscribe to us.
I'm not complaining about the stipulations behind it, but it is frustrating when they change stuff, you know. Yeah. But yes, no, No, that's
Yeah.
It's a good thing that you can't just create a channel today and put a cat video on it and just start making money, start making 30 cents a month or whatever it is. So,
and people don't understand that Google is notorious for changing stuff and not telling anybody.
Right.
Or if they do, they're very either cryptic about it, or they say in the next coming weeks, and then 4 months later,
yeah,
it applies to you. So.
Yeah.
Welcome to the world of search engine optimization.
Yeah, so
we deal with that every day.
Google is like, whenever our club had, we're a non-for-profit, and we got Google, Google Apps, Google whatever, education, non-for-profit for free. So everyone got an email address, and there's a whole admin section back behind there. And they would change crap all the time, and I would go in and be like, what is this new setting that I have to now set because Google changed it and didn't tell anybody, you know? Shame on you, Google.
Yeah. I tell you what, Dale has an excellent idea here. Come on. Everyone has a 7300, give away a 7851. I would be happy to, Dale. Go ahead and go buy one. Go to HRO, purchase one, and have it shipped to me, and I'd be more than glad to give one of those away. Thank you for the offer, Dale.
I'm getting another part.
What a generous soul to want to donate a 7851 for me to give away.
That's real sweet of him.
Isn't that great?
You want to send me another Flex too while you're in it?
Right. Right.
I think FEP Labs has one for sale.
Is he still selling his? What is it? Just 6300?
No. Yeah, I'm not buying that piece of junk. No, that thing's like 20 years old.
Yeah.
Probably
You're 67. Your 6700 is that old?
Yeah, but it's still a contest grade radio. I'm not buying a 6300 that has one no filters and what all the other stuff. ADD did only one. Yeah.
What do they call it? I always want to call it an MCU, but that's a Marvel Cinematic Universe, so I don't know.
Yeah. Spectral Capture Unit.
Yeah, Spectral Capture Unit. Yeah. SCU. That's
SCU.
it. SCU. Yeah. Yep. Only one. Yeah, I need to upgrade. I was talking to Matt at Hamvention and was talking to say I think I want to go ahead and bite the bullet and get a 6600, and he's like, well, you can trade in your 6400. And I'm like, yeah, I might end up doing that. We'll see.
I'm gonna buy a 6600 at Huntsville.
Are you?
Yep.
To replace your 67 or what?
Nope. So I'll have a 67 and a 6600. I want to do satellites out at the contest station, and the 6700 only has one transverter port. Right. The 66 has two. So, and it's in my master plan to hopefully get everybody on the Flex radio for contesting. Because right now whenever we're down at the locations or at the contest station, we're running Kenwood 990s, which the harshness after contesting for 12, 16 hours, it's night and day difference between the harshness of that Kenwood versus the Flex.
So the TS990 is like their flagship, though. I would think that had pretty good filtering in it.
Yeah, but that radio's 20 years old, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
plus,
that's true.
The issue with contesters, and we do multi-ops down there, is I don't the only time I get on that radio is whenever I contest. I don't know what any of the other buttons do. I don't know, sometimes I don't even know how to change bands, you know?
Yeah.
So if we have one set of radios that a lot of people have, and then also it's kind of set and forget in the Flex world, it makes it a lot easier.
That's true. That's true. And you can do profiles also.
Right. If you can set it the way you like, and then name a profile to your call sign, and then whenever you sit down at the radio, bring up your profile and you're ready to go.
Yep. That is true.
You know what's unfortunate? I guess there's only one booth that you really buy a Flex from. So we're not going to be able to film you going from booth to booth with bleeping like Hayden did with him.
Well, you know what we could do? No, at Joe Brett, what we could do is I could go over to different booths and ask them if they have a Flex radio to sell.
See their reaction.
Right, and then they say no, we don't sell Flex radios, and I was like, God. Go over to the next booth.
Well, what you do is you go tell Gigaparts you want to buy one, because they sell all the amplifiers now, or the amp, the tuner genius, the antenna genius. They sell everything but the radio.
Right.
and say, okay, I want a 6600. And then you have Steve, and Steve would probably play along with you. Then you have Steve in there, and he's like, we don't have that. And you're like,
you can hand them Jason or Mike's code for 5% off.
That's right. Yeah.
Written on a sticky note.
That's right.
Yeah, I want this. Yeah, right. That's odd that Gigaparts. I never thought about that, Jason. Gigaparts are Joe Brett. They sell all but the radio.
Yeah.
Like, why don't they sell the radio?
I don't know why they don't sell the radio. I'm not sure why they did that, but Flex has made, which you already know this, Kyle. Flex has made their tuners and antenna switches and amplifiers almost 100% compatible with other brands of radios. So Kenwood, Yaesu, Elecraft will match up with the Flex peripherals very nicely. So
yeah,
probably not as succinctly as a Flex radio does, but you can totally get to. There's a freaking dirt dauber on top of my monitor here. They just crawling across.
Oh.
So yeah, you can get a Power Genius or a Tuner Genius or whatever to sync up with pretty much any radio.
Yeah. I think any decent amplifier made today probably has that ability, right?
I think that's yeah. I know that the KPA 500 that I have works very well behind an IC 7300.
Yeah. I don't know jack crap about amplifiers, but I think anything made recently has got some type of input that takes the frequency, or it has a frequency counter in it and it instantly tunes, or granted, if you got a resonant antenna, but it puts out power.
Well, and the KPA 500 doesn't do band switching like that. But you can get it, but you can do manual band. If you do manual band switching, all it is an RCA cable between the radio and the amp.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
So you can set it up a little bit more intricately than that and do band switching, but you don't have to do that. Just pay attention to your bands. So, but it's good. It's good. It's good amp. I really like that KPA 500. I'm gonna take it out and do a POTA video with it soon. So that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Anything Flex. Anything Flex makes is great. Anything Elecraft makes is great also.
Yes. Yeah. Elecraft stuff is really good. So, all right. I don't know what Carlos's current situation is.
Yeah, Kyle, I really enjoyed that activation from the park over in at the Arch the other day.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Wonderful.
It was you know what's funny is after I released that video, I had like 4 people email me and say, hey, I set up, like, they did the exact same thing that I did. They took all their crap out and they like hid underneath a tree or like put themselves like, down on this hill where nobody could see them. And they're like, yeah, I totally get it. Like, I understand now why you did what you did. I'm just like, I don't know why the Rangers and the Arch grounds, the Gateway Arch grounds, are so particular and butt-headish about amateur radio operators. But yeah, it's just like the place just gives off the vibe of, we don't want you.
Yeah.
We still require those crazy
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't even it's easier to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. I just didn't want to, I just didn't want to go through that process of me calling down there and then saying, oh yeah, you got to have a permit and you got to do it on this day and you got to have $1 million of insurance. I'm just like, you know what? If they catch me and they give me a $75 ticket, so what?
Right.
$1 million of insurance.
Would they really ticket you though?
I don't know. I'm just making that up.
Usually they just tell you, oh no, you got to leave.
Yeah. I just pack up my stuff and go. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I thought this was a free country on the 4th of July.
Yeah. Gateway to the West, man. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, Lewis and Clark went through the arch to get to the other side. Come on.
That's right. I have every time that a state park ranger has come up to us or to me while doing POTA, they're always like, about 9 times out of 10, they're like, hey, what are you doing? And I tell them, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, have fun. Every now and then they'll be like, well, but I've never really had a problem with the state park other than the guy that at Ray Roberts that told us we couldn't drink. He's like, yeah,
Bastard.
you can't. You're not really supposed to have that out. But he was cool about it.
Yeah.
He was just like, yeah, just you're not supposed to have that out here. Just kind of hide that. And we're like, okay, that's cool. But the national park guys, those are the guys who they don't get it. They don't understand. They're like, no, you can't be here.
Right.
I'm like,
right.
It's a national park. I have an annual pass. Yeah, no, you can't do that.
I could totally understand, like,
Yeah.
if I tried to take some alligator clips and load the arch up on 160 meters, I would totally
Well,
understand
yeah.
that.
Sure. Yeah.
But I was far
Yeah.
away, you know. But I mean, whenever we did it in 2016, if you go back to my channel and you take a look at my 2016 video through on National Parks in the Air, we were right in front of the arch, like right in front of it, right? And we had our signs out. I mean, I can understand that, but going off like, you know, north of the grounds or south of the grounds and setting up and not being in the way and yada yada, just leave me alone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're not bothering anybody.
Right.
Not in anybody's way.
Jason,
Shoot.
Jason, how about the state trooper that said you couldn't have a lecture out?
Oh yeah, that was weird.
That one was
That's the only time I've ever heard that. That was that Fairfield Lake State Park that they were closing down. So we went out there. This is Fairfield, Texas, which is about halfway between. It's a little bit closer to Mike than it is me, but you know, not too far from being halfway between here and Galveston. But just a straight shot south down Interstate 45. So they announced they were closing this state park, which I think is still open, isn't it? They changed something.
It's open during the day right
Yeah.
now, but
I think
I think
the state is getting that whole what the hell is it? Eminent domain, I think.
Oh yeah,
that's going on, which I didn't think was going to happen. So they might be saved.
Okay, so so they announced they were closing it, and because I think the person or group or company that owned it didn't want to renew the lease or whatever, something like, I don't remember the exact story, but for some reason it was changing hands. They were going to shut down the state park, so we're like, hey, let's go activate this before you can't anymore. Be a cool thing to have in your log. So we went down there, and my buddy Maurice, KM5RF, he went down there and he camped for like a week and a half. If you go out there and look, I think he's still top activator on that park. But so we go out there and we're hanging out on a Saturday afternoon. Frank's there, and Mike, did you come down that day?
No, I was down the week before that.
Right. And so we're sitting there with, and I got Electra on a leash, and she's tied to the table, the picnic table we're at, and the park ranger comes by, and he's like, you can't have a dog out near the water because there's a swimming area about 150 feet that way, probably 250 feet that way. And he's like, you can't have a dog near and there is a sign. He's like, well, there's a sign, and there was and I didn't see the sign, but I'm like, well, there's no sign, but he was right, there was a sign, but it was kind of like off to the side, and I didn't see it when I was pulling it. There was no sign right there where we were, but as you're driving in, there was a sign. So I'm like, well, okay, that's awfully strange because I've had this dog at 100 different parks throughout the state of Texas. Well, not throughout the state of Texas, but like 20 or 30 parks in the state of Texas. And he's like, well, they're all that way. And I'm like, no, they are not all that way.
No.
I'm like, no, I can promise you. Oh, no, I work for but I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, you want to do this here? Fine. You got to sign up? Fine. Okay. I'm not arguing with you about that, but don't tell me they're all that way in the state of Texas. That is untrue. Because I've had this dog in 30 parks in the state of Texas, so no. So I put the dog in the truck, no big deal. And then over the next hour and a half as we continued to operate, and it was a nice cool day outside. I cracked the window. It wasn't hot. People freak out. Oh, you put your dog in the truck. It was not hot. It was like 45, 50 degrees outside. We were wearing jackets. And she was fine. But, and I check on it every now and then too. But yeah, over the course of the next hour and a half as we were out there, at least a half dozen people showed up and brought their dogs out of their car and took them down to the water, not where even I was. And that trooper was never to be seen again. He never came back, not when I was there. And I'm like, yeah, this is a really enforced rule here you got here, pal. So,
this was a state trooper in a state park?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Just shows that Karens and Kevins all wear uniforms sometimes.
That's right, yeah.
It wasn't the state park police. It was an actual state trooper.
I believe it was a state. Well, no, it was a Texas State Park trooper.
Okay.
Oh, it was a ranger.
It was a ranger. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It was a
I thought it was
park.
Okay.
No. It wasn't a DOT guy. No, it was a park ranger.
Yeah,
but you know, the park rangers, they work all the parks. You know, they're not usually tied to one park. Sometimes they'll go to other parks and work.
Right. Yeah, I heard state trooper. I was thinking, oh, you know, highway state trooper. You know.
No. He was a park ranger. He should have known what he was talking about. But later, Steve. Thanks for joining, bud.
Yep. See you guys.
Have a good one, man.
And but yeah, he was completely wrong about dogs not being allowed in other parks.
So, and also one other thing about that POTA activation is there's been 30 or 40 people that have activated the arch. And I tell in my video a story where I came down and caught somebody that they were the rules of POTA state that your antenna and your radio and you have to be in the park. Like you just can't throw a line over a sign and say, "Oh, it's in the park now," and I'm gonna, set on the thing. And I caught somebody. I don't know who it was, and at the time I didn't feel like being a Karen, and so I came down and they were sitting on the side of the road with their coax across the sidewalk and their antenna in the national park, and I'm like, that's not legal, but people are gonna do what people are gonna do. So
yeah.
I did that one time at Galveston because they will. It's ambiguous, and I looked at it later, and I'm like, oh no, this was totally legal. But it's like you can park the super secret, which is not that big of a secret that Mike and I activate out sometimes. It's on the very edge of the park, on the beach. And they had that section of the park closed down for a couple years while they were renovating, but you can't close the beach because the beach is eminent domain. The beach is public domain. So I would park on the sign that said Galveston Island State Park is behind here, and I would park there and put my antenna out over the edge, and I would activate. And I didn't know that at the time. I was like, wait a minute, that's not legal because your antenna, you're radiating from there. That only makes sense. But if you go look at Google Maps, that whole area is actually part of the park. They just put the fence that you can't drive on, or that you can't drive past, they put it inside the park.
Yeah.
So you're inside the park the whole time anyway, so it didn't really matter, but I was just like, I thought that rule was strange, that your radio had to be inside the park. I'm like, I thought if your antenna was inside the park, and we're talking about 6 feet here.
Yeah.
We're talking about, your radio, your antenna's inside the park. That should count. So I always thought that was a weird rule, but whatever.
We play this game every year for Missouri QSO Party where people claim to be on county lines. And I wish that they would just remove the county line rule and just make it fun and just be in the spirit of the contest. But if you take a look at Bing Maps, OpenStreetMaps, Google Maps, and the topo map or the county line map on the county website, they all have 4 different locations of where the county lines are located.
Oh, wow. That's got to be
awkward. Now
so who knows?
They put in the rules. Oh, you have to go to you have to go to the courthouse and you got to check out the map, and then Mabel has to bring it to you on parchment paper, and then you got to figure out I'm just like, guys, we got to quit this.
Yeah.
Wow, that is just in. I'm looking at Google Maps right now. That is just inside the park.
It is. It's just. In fact, that road from 3005 where we take.
Yeah.
That road is technically inside the park. And so when you turn on that road, you're because I've seen people, when you turn on that road and you're driving towards the beach, there's a little pull-off section over there to the right. And I've seen RV guys parked there before. And I drove by one time, there was a guy in a big motor coach, and he had an antenna up. I'm like, oh, he's got an antenna up. So I go down there to the park and I set up, and he comes walking down like 20 minutes later. He's like, hey, are you doing POTA? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm up there. He goes, I don't know if I'm in the park or not. And I'm like, yeah, you are. You're on that side of the road, so you're good. But, I mean, some guys, because you can't get that motor coach down there on the sand. It would sink.
you got that row of pylons down there where we do the POTA on the beach there. So if you're parked where we probably park, if you put your antenna on the inside of the pylons where the actual beach is, or whatever, is that still considered you're in the park?
Where
that's
we
what I'm saying.
Park is inside. We don't have to go through those pylons, but
okay.
Right.
That's good to know.
So you can't. Yeah. So Kyle's got it pulled up here. This is a good. That's exactly where. I'm not sure how you knew where we were, Kyle, but that's exactly it. But yeah, you see that 13-mile road right there? That's inside. The green area is the park, And so that road that we drive down, and then there's beach right here. You can't see on Google Maps or on that image right there.
Yeah, hit the
but
satellite.
That whole that whole area right there. There's also a set of pylons that's just to the left of that circle Kyle just drew, where you can't drive past, because certain parts of the beach you can drive and park on, and certain you can't. So they put those pylons there so that you can't. Yeah, you can see it right there. Yeah. But you're inside the park that whole time, so you don't even have to cross the pylons. You could sit in your vehicle, and I've done this. Once I figured this out, I went down there and I activated from the truck on my IC 7000 for a video I made.
Yeah, I gave you crap for that too, because I'm like, you're not in the park.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was like, actually, yeah, because I didn't know where the lines were. So, yeah, but I did a vehicle activation from there one time and made some contacts, but it was.
And as we learned before, if you're going to set up a DX commander, you want to be towards the top of those pylons, towards the middle.
Yeah, be more towards the grass. Don't be.
You want to scoop up your antenna parts.
Yeah. Yes. When the tide's coming in, you constantly have to move the antenna.
Yes, you do.
That's good. Good deal. Mike, you want to talk about that activation you're going to do with the Bioenno?
Oh, that, yeah. So I'm actually working on my DX Commander antenna right now. I'm filming a video for a mod that I'm doing to it, but yeah. So I don't know when it's going to happen. We've been planning it for a year, at least. But Sideboom and I have been wanting to do this 1,000-watt POTA activation. He's got an amplifier, and we're going to use the DX Commander because the DX Commander will handle that much power. So. I was telling Kevin from Bioenno about this at Dayton, and I'm like, what would you be interested in, like, sponsoring the video and supplying the batteries? So he hooked me up with a couple 300 amp batteries, 300 amp hour batteries, and a couple 100 amp hour batteries to see what they'll do. So we're gonna do a battery powered 1,000-watt POTA activation.
That'd be fun.
All 6 minutes of it.
Freaking epic.
All 6
well, so he says the amp draws like 80 amps max. So we have 600 amp hours of capacity, really 800. But I've already got the all the wires and everything, so I put the batteries in parallel. So 600 amp hours should last us with a 1,000-watt amp quite a long time. Now 80 amps seems a little low if you think, well, maybe not, because I think on FT8 my 7300 draws about maybe 16 if we're doing maybe 20 max for 100 amps.
When you're keyed down, it's probably 20 to 22.
So 1,000 watts and only drawing 80 amps seems low.
That does seem low.
That's what he said. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't have any amplifiers, so I don't really know anything about them. But
you're gonna do sideband, I assume. So
yeah,
it's not gonna be 100% duty cycle anyway, which will make it last longer. So yeah, that'll be fun. Y'all let me know if I have time free. I'll drive down and meet y'all down there.
For sure.
Are you gonna go to Huntsville, or do you know where you're gonna go yet?
Well, he lives in Louisiana.
Yeah,
he lives. I think he's probably about 4-hour drive for me. So actually, Ryan KF8IV is probably going to come along too, because he's kind of in between us. So we're probably going to do something kind of probably around the Baytown area, kind of halfway between both of us. It'll probably be like on the Texas-Louisiana border, towards the ocean. But I'm not sure. But we're also planning, we want to do a 5-park Rove down there. So we've got a lot of activities we want to do, but it's just a matter of coordinating everybody's time to do it. So hopefully sooner than later, because I'm wanting to do this.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. Well, keep us posted on the date.
Yeah, when I know something, I'll let you know for sure.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm looking at the KPA 1500, and it says that the supply voltage and current is, if you're running 220, it only draws 20 amps.
Yeah, we're running 12 volts.
Yeah, but even if you, I mean, I think 80 is high.
Okay. I mean, hey, that'd be great.
I think 80 is high.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even if
it'll be an interesting test to see.
Like, you know, keep in mind, you know, older houses at even 120 volts, like my house had 60 amp service and I upgraded it to 100 amp service, you know,
yeah,
25 years ago. So some houses don't even have 100 amps coming into them. So,
right.
I don't know. I don't have an amp. Like Mike said, I don't have an amp. Why am I the authority on amps? We need to change the subject.
I thought you had a
because you
power
have the
genius.
internet.
Don't they have a Power Genius there at the site?
No. I mean, we have alphas at manual alphas at I think they're I forgot the model number, but yeah, they still have the plate and the load, and you got to tune them and whatnot. And but yeah, it'd be nice to get everything else is automated except the amplifiers. So
yeah, okay, all right. Well, there you go. All right, guys. Well, hey, happy 4th to everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I think I'm going to go inside and get some lunch. And I would like to smoke a cigar today, although it's kind of hot outside, but I don't think I care. So,
hey, Jason, if you want, I'm about to pack up here and run to the Michaels.
Are they open today?
Sure, why not?
see if they got that cigar I sent you a picture of.
You might check and see if they're open today.
All right.
So text me.
Give them a call and I text you.
Yeah, text me, Frank. That's cool. Yeah, I might run up there with you. So, but yeah. So happy 4th to everyone. Thanks for hanging with us today. I would like to do a POTA tomorrow. So we'll see if I do it, it'll be in the morning because I'm going to go get my old trailer from the deer lease tomorrow and take it and get it washed at a truck stop and then bring it back here and do a little bit of updates and a lot of cleanup to it and sell it. So anybody's interested in an RV trailer, let me know. More to come on that later. I'll be making a video of it for the other channel as well. So, but yeah, I go right by LBJ Grasslands to get to the hunting lease and want to try to stop there on the way and do a POTA activation tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see what the weather's doing. So, all right, 73 guys. Thanks everybody for hanging with us, and yeah, everyone go out there, have some fun this afternoon, and we will see you on. I don't have a live stream tomorrow since we did it today, but I have a video I'm uploading tomorrow, so we'll chat then. So, wave goodbye.
Bye.
Happy 4th.
Bye.
Later, guys.
Happy 4th. Get out there and POTA.